think they're making a real big deal out of it. You know, at the end of the day, it's really about what Travis does on the field. The NFL is interested in new eyeballs, right, more viewership, and if they got to use Taylor Swift, so be it.
Brace yourselves, because the mystery that's been haunting fan forums and group chats is finally solved. Travis Kelce, yes, our tight end king / Taylor's very own touchdown bay, has just dropped the mic on the most burning question: what's his favorite Taylor Swift song?
Favorite Taylor Swift song?
You'd think it's gotta be Karma, right? The one where Taylor literally shouts out her "guy on the Chiefs" mid-tour and fans combust on cue? Nope. This man pulled a curveball worthy of a Super Bowl playbook. In a sit-down with his bros on Bussin with the boys, he pauses, flashes that classic Kelce grin, and boom! Hits us with So High School. Yep, that one.
Favorite Taylor Swift song?
I mean, I guess So High School.
Can we get some lyrics?
Chill out.
Can we get some lyrics? I was just singing Blank Space a minute ago.
Now, if you're thinking, wait, isn't that the one with the flirty lyrics about basketballs and philosophers? You bet. The same song where Tay sings something about ballin and Aristotle, because that's the kind of romantic flex you drop when you're dating a 6'5" NFL star who can also probably spell existentialism. Fans have long speculated the track is a giant wink at Travis, and now it's basically canon. And let's not skip the "Marry, Kiss or Kill Me" line that seems ripped straight from that one viral moment where Travis was asked to play that exact game featuring Taylor, Ariana, and Katy. Spoiler, Taylor clearly won. And now enter Ice Cube. Yes, that Ice Cube, who's dropping wisdom on podcasts like he's the NFL's unofficial philosopher in residence. Cube rolls in with a blunt but oddly refreshing take. The man bleeds Raiders silver and black, but even he couldn't deny Taylor's touchdown-level impact on the league. When asked if her on-screen NFL cameos were helping or hurting the game, Cube didn't flinch. He basically said, look, the NFL's in the business of eyeballs, and if bringing in Swifties by the millions helps ratings, then let the glitter fly. And he wasn't throwing shade at all, just keeping it real. According to him, it's not about what Taylor does in her sparkly suite with her celeb girl squad, it's about what Travis is doing on the turf, period. He even went full coach mode and reminded everyone that the man still has to perform regardless of who's blowing kisses from the luxury box. You could almost hear every boomer sports bro in the comment section firing up their keyboards. Cue the classic "it's disrespectful to the game" takes. One dude even complained that Tay's airtime after a touchdown was longer than the celebration itself, but plot twist, the stats don't lie. A Swiftie popped into the chat armed with receipts, pointing out her screen time was like 30 seconds total per game. That's less than the time it takes to microwave a Hot Pocket, people. Meanwhile, the Swiftie army pulled up in full force, hyping Cube like he just dropped the hottest verse of 2025. I knew this man was smart, said one fan, probably from a heart-shaped laptop. Others called the haters pathetic and wondered who could possibly cry about a 20-second cameo when the guy scoring touchdowns is clearly unbothered. Even RG3 had to jump in and call it what it was, a win-win for the NFL and for the queen of all things glitter.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Do you think them constantly showing Taylor Swift on the broadcast, do you think that adds to the game, or do you think it takes away from it?
I think they're making a real big deal out of it. You know, at the end of the day, it's really about what Travis does on the field. The NFL is interested in new eyeballs, right, more viewership, and if they got to use Taylor Swift, so be it.
And speaking of queens doing queen things, George Kittle just spilled the backstage tea on what actually went down at Tight Ends and Friends when Taylor Swift casually brought the house down. Apparently, Miss Swift didn't even plan on turning the night into a mic drop moment. According to insiders, she was chillin' like a true pop empress, sipping drinks and vibing with the crowd when someone said, "Hey Tay, wanna sing something?" And she, being the humble legend she is, was like, maybe shake it off? Like, girl, maybe? That's like asking Beyonce if she might dance a little. So next thing you know, the woman who just sold out entire continents on the Eras Tour is strutting onto a stage that fits 1,200 people max. From 96,000 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground to this cozy Nashville vibe, icon behavior. And of course, the second she stepped out, fans went full-on feral. People who only came hoping to see Travis in tight end mode ended up getting a surprise acoustic concert from the global pop goddess herself. Meanwhile, poor Luke Combs got peer pressured into performing by Kittle, Greg Olsen, and Kittle's wife. They basically pulled the "Taylor might sing, so you have to sing too" card, which, let's be real, is the most wholesome form of bullying ever recorded. So Luke went out, teamed up with Jordan Davis and gave the crowd some country heat before Taylor grabbed a guitar that wasn't even hers and dedicated her next song to our favorite players. The Swifties in the audience losing their entire minds. Phones were out, live streams were rolling, and X exploded with blurry but sacred footage of Taylor in black and Travis in camo, standing stage side like a proud prom date.
Taylor Swift said she might perform. You're gonna not perform? Taylor could not have been kinder, more nice, and she was like, you know, I think it might be fun to go sing Shake It Off. And we're like, it'd be amazing. For the venue that I think it was like maybe 1,000 people, that was the loudest 1,000 people I've ever heard in my entire life. It was an incredible experience.
It wasn't just a concert, it was a full circle moment. And then, because the Kelce family can't go more than 48 hours without going viral, enter Jason Kelce, a man who said, you know what this charity event needs? A patriotic Speedo and some vintage Taylor Swift. Honestly, if Chaos had a mascot, it'd be Jason behind the bar, wearing an American flag on his butt and living his best life to You Belong With Me like it's 2008 and he just got dumped before prom. The man was slinging drinks, chugging beers, and giving the people an impromptu dance show no one asked for but everyone needed. Let's talk visuals. Jason Kelce, all 6'3" of him, standing behind a bar in a tank top and Speedo, grinding to teenage Taylor bops like he's auditioning for Magic Mike Philadelphia edition. And did anyone complain? Nope. The crowd was too busy laughing, cheering, and awkwardly filming from every possible angle. In fact, the New Heights podcast official X account blessed the timeline with more footage, because apparently there's demand for multiple camera angles of Jason's star-spangled cheeks. Who knew? Even the Eagles got in on the fun, posting pics and joking that this is what happens when Jason is left in charge of his own pants. And let's not forget the legendary Flip Cup battle, Team Kylie versus Team Jason. Kylie's squad may have snagged the win, but Jason downed his beer and nailed the flip like a man who's been training for this moment his entire life. Jason brought frat party energy, dad jokes, and American flag swimwear to the fundraiser and somehow made it all work. It's unhinged, it's wholesome, it's peak Kelce. The man dances like nobody's watching, except everyone is watching and screen recording and memeing. And while Jason Kelce Speedo stole the show in public, Kylie Kelce was winning the quiet comedy crown on her podcast by drawing a line in the sand so clear, even her hairdresser got the memo. No mom cut allowed unless things are spiraling. Yup, in a move that's equal parts genius and hilarious, Kylie flat out told her stylist / Jason's barber that if she ever walks in asking for the infamous chop it all off cut, it's not a style request. It's a red flag and she needs to be escorted straight to the doctor's stat. Turns out, Kylie's long golden locks aren't just hair, they're a postpartum wellness meter. If they're still flowing, she's hanging in there. If she's suddenly demanding a bob, sound the alarm. According to her, the sleep-deprived, snack-deprived version of herself might totally be down to chop that shiz. But sane Kylie? She knows better. She even warned her stylist in advance, like a future you time capsule but for hormones. And of course, she wasn't alone in this confession session. Her guest, reality TV legend Jay Wow, chimed in with her own cautionary tale about going full mom cut, regretting it instantly, and crying into her hair mousse. Kylie just nodded like, yep, that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Between 4 kids, a podcast, and dealing with Jason's Speedo-induced antics, it's no wonder the woman's trying to keep at least one thing stable, and that thing is her hair. Because while her husband might be dancing shirtless to Taylor Swift in American flag swimwear, Kylie's fighting the good fight against hormonal impulse haircuts and trying to keep it together one messy bun at a time. Honestly, if there were awards for postpartum self-awareness, Kylie Kelce would be walking away with a golden scrunchie. So yeah, between Travis dropping surprise Swiftie faves, Taylor casually hijacking charity concerts like it's no biggie, Jason Kelce throwing half-naked frat boy energy at fundraisers, and Kylie holding the hormonal hairline like a warrior queen, the Kelsey-Swift multiverse is officially the most entertaining saga on and off the field. It's giving Super Bowl meet sitcom meet skincare add energy. And frankly, we're just all here for the ride, snacks in hand, phones fully charged. Whether it's Travis being the poetic jock, Jason embracing his inner beer-chugging backup dancer, or Kylie protecting her blonde tresses like it's national treasure status, each one of them is playing their part in this glorious chaos. At this point, they don't need a reality show. They are the reality show. No scripts, no filters, just vibes, glitter, and a whole lot of Kelce. Honestly, if world peace could be achieved through unhinged energy and dance breaks to Taylor Swift, this crew would already have it in the bag. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.